Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something a lot of you vintage Tamiya fans think about. Is going LiPo really worth it? I mean, you look at the specs, maybe 1, 2 miles per hour faster top speed. It seems, oh, well, maybe not worth the hassle or the supposed danger.
Exactly. And looking just at that first minute with a radar gun, it's really missing the point. Our mission today is to show you the real value isn't just that number. It's about how the whole drive feels different, better. You're
Okay.
going to look past the stopwatch, uncover the deeper benefits, clear up some myths, and argue it's actually one of the best upgrades for these older cars.
Right, so let's start there. Why is just looking at top speed, misleading?
Well, it boils down to something called voltage sag.
Mm-hmm.
Your NIMH pack, it might seem strong right off the charger, but bam, the voltage drops quick under load,
Yeah.
and then it just keeps slowly fading through the whole run.
Oh, okay. Like a runner starting fast but tiring out.
Precisely. But LiPo, it has this incredibly flat discharge curve. It just holds its voltage, holds its power almost the entire time. So that 1 or 2 metal ball hour difference you saw at the start, after maybe 5 minutes, the NIMH car is way slower. The LiPo is still going strong, consistent speed.
Okay, consistency, I get that. But people talk about the feel, the punch. What's that about?
The punch.
Oh.
That's all about current delivery. How quickly the battery can give the motor the juice it wants. We measure it with the C rating. Your typical NIMH, maybe you can push out, say, 30 amps continuously. A standard 50C LiPo, that could be 200 amps or more.
Whoa, that's a huge difference.
It is, and you feel it instantly. When you pull the trigger, especially from a stop, the car just leaps. It's crisp, immediate. It really is like a night and day difference in responsiveness. Makes the car feel so much more alive.
Okay, so better power, more consistent, feels punchier. But what about, like, physical stuff? For these old Tamiyas?
Yes, this is super important and often overlooked. Weight. LiPo batteries are significantly lighter, sometimes up to maybe 40% lighter than a NIMH of similar power.
40%, wow.
Yeah, and taking 150, 200 grams off a vintage chassis, that changes things. Handling it's nimbler, direction changes are quicker. Plus, it helps the suspension. Those older designs, they weren't super sophisticated. Less weight bouncing around means the suspension can actually do its job better. Less uncontrolled hopping.
Makes sense. Less mass for the shocks to deal with.
Exactly. And here's the kicker, durability. Lighter car means less force in a crash, which means less stress on those, decades-old plastic parts that can get brittle. So it's like a power upgrade, suspension upgrade, and a durability upgrade all in one.
Right. But let's get to the big worries. The hassle and the danger. Those are the showstoppers for a lot of people.
Understandable concerns. Let's break them down. Hassle first. Modern LiPo chargers. They're pretty smart. They balance the cells. They have storage charge functions. It's mostly automated now. And for you specifically, you mentioned your Hobbywing 1060 ESC. It has low voltage cutoff, LVC, built right in. That protects the battery automatically while you're driving.
So the ESC stops you from running it too low.
Yep. And they even make LiPo stick packs shaped just like old NIMH packs, so they drop right into vintage Tamiya tubs. No cutting needed.
Okay, so the hassle part might be a bit overblown with modern gear. What about the danger, the fires we hear about?
Okay, LiPo fires, thermal runaway, they are serious when they happen. But let's be clear. It's almost always, and I mean almost always, down to user error. Things like physical damage dropping or puncturing the battery, charging it wrong settings, wrong charger, or running it completely dead, over discharging it past the LVC.
So basic precautions are key then.
Absolutely essential. Simple rules. Always charge inside a fire retardant LiPo bag or box. Never leave them charging unattended, ever. And, just look at your batteries. If one starts to puff up or swell, that's a warning sign. Time to safely retire it. But honestly, with quality batteries and following these simple rules, the actual failure rate is incredibly low, like less than 1 in a million.
Okay, that puts it in perspective. But still, can the car handle it? The old gears, the transmission? Won't the LiPo power just shred them?
That's another common myth, usually tied to brushless motors. Vintage Tamiya gearboxes, especially with the standard brush motors most people run in them, they're actually pretty tough. A 2S LiPo that's the standard 7.4-volt pack paired with a brushed motor is generally a really nice balanced setup. It's not overly stressful. The stories you hear about destroying drivetrains, that's usually when someone drops in a super high-power brushless system. The LiPo is just providing the energy. The motor is what's causing the stress.
Ah, so the LiPo isn't the villain. It's just enabling a potentially more powerful motor.
Precisely. For a standard brush setup, maybe upgrade to full ball bearings if you haven't already, and a steel pinion gear instead of the soft aluminum one. That's good practice anyway for longevity, whatever battery you
All
use.
right, so LiPo sounds like it offers a lot, but it's maybe not the only answer for everyone, right? Are there other options?
Definitely. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. NIMH is still fine. It's simple, very forgiving if you make a mistake charging, generally cheaper, lower risk, great for casual use or kids. Then there's lithium iron phosphate, LiPo 4, very stable chemistry, much lower fire risk, really long cycle life. Tamiya actually endorses life packs themselves.
Oh, interesting. Tamiya likes life.
Yep. And then you have the smart battery systems like from Traxxas or Spectrum. The battery and charger talk to each other. They can automate settings, even put the battery into a safe storage, charge automatically if you forget. Takes a lot of the guesswork out, especially good for families.
So lots of choices depending on what you prioritize: simplicity, safety, performance.
It's exactly. The best battery really depends on your priorities, your budget, how comfortable you are with the technology, and the safety steps.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the main takeaway seems to be forget that tiny 1-2 mile per hour speed gain you might see initially with LiPo. That's just not the story. It's really about transforming the entire experience, consistent power all run long, that instant punchy feel, better handling because it's lighter, and maybe even making your vintage car last longer in a crash. It just makes it more fun.
Absolutely. That initial speed number, it's a total red herring. LiPo unlocks a whole different level of enjoyment. And maybe that leaves you with a thought. What else, in your hobbies or even your life, are you maybe judging by one simple, superficial number, potentially missing out on a much deeper, more rewarding experience that's waiting just beneath the surface?